lies. Building a whole set of lies. Can somebody help me figure out how to get your 17-year-old abuser out of your house? Oh, you want an update? That's the 12-year-old that destroyed my house over a cell phone. That's what you guys was calling him. He wasn't 12, but he's 17 now. And every time I call the cops, they don't never move him from here. Somebody want to know? Can I get some help? Because apparently TikTok the place to go for help, because I called the police over 30 minutes ago and I'm still waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Ain't nobody out here. Police! Police! Where y'all at? Because I need some help. When he destroyed my house, I called for the police too. They didn't come. You know how long when they came? When they got here? When everything was done, broken and destroyed. Y'all, I'm so tired of life right now. I'm supposed to be at work. I had to call off of my job for this shit. Can you imagine that? I had to call off my job for this shit. I would have did a live, but I can't figure out how to do the comments on there, because somebody need to tell me how to get him out of my house. Because when you do emancipation, they want 100 million things to get that child out of your house. He threw a TV on my foot a month ago, and the police told me I gotta let him stay here. The police come here and cuddle him. They came here and cuddled him. He chucked me out in here this morning, and the police left him. Here comes the father of lies on the phone. I can't take you. I can't help you. That's what I told you. You don't got nobody but this mama. He don't got nobody.
First off, listen. Before we proceed into the clip, why is she yelling and screaming? This is, in my opinion, once again, is women who are unaccountable. You have to take some accountability, because that's your child that you raised. You know, the fact that she's saying the police coddled him and they didn't do anything. He's 17. Isn't that still a minor, right? In most states, you're still responsible for him, and she's done with him. This is the type of behavior I've seen a lot, where women, single mothers, most of the time, they're single mothers, and they think it's cute to become a single mother, and they raise, they have these babies. And, it's cute when the babies are small, because babies are cute. And, it's fun and it's cute and all that. And then when it gets difficult, especially with boys, girls too now, because some of these girls, they act a fool. But what I'm saying is, like, it's all cute in the thought process of, well, I want a child. I don't need the daddy around or whatever. And then you go and have these kids and you don't realize that this is a life that you have to take care of. This is not a toy. This is not a baby doll. It's not a game. This is a life that you actually have to take care and nurture and all of these things. It's not always easy. And they just look at it as if it's a joke, as if it's a game, when it's really not. You have to take it seriously. And a lot of these women do not. And then when the children become teenagers, now you want to just, wash your hands of them. You just want to, like, get rid of them, get them out your way. I saw a video of a woman who was saying her son eat too much. He eat like a grown man. And she tired of feeding him. He needs to go. Like, it becomes difficult for them to raise their own children because they can't handle, that responsibility. And she talking to this 17-year-old boy like he's a grown man, like he's a. And listen, I'm not saying that or excusing maybe his behavior, but you got to ask, where did this behavior come from? Why is he behaving a certain way? That has something to do with his upbringing. How do you, the way she talking there shows me, where he probably get it from. I don't think they realize. I said this before. Listen, the examples that you set for your kids is how a lot of times they respond. You just can't raise your kids any old kind of way and then just think that they're just gonna be the epitome of greatness. Like, they're just gonna be great no matter what you do. But if you think about it, this is how a lot of women run their lives. This is how they think as well. They think, oh, I could just be who I want to be, ratchet. I don't care if I got an attitude. I don't care how I come across. I don't care if I don't know how to communicate. I don't care if I know how to do anything. You're supposed to accept me as I am and be, and give me the world. So, but then when it comes to their own children, you're tired of your own child and his behavior, but you're not looking at where this all stems from. You as the parent have a lot to do with that. And then she said the police coddle him, and then he's talking to his father on the phone, and she's like, oh, the daddy ain't gonna do much. He can't do much. It's just a hot mess. A lot of women just want to, wash their hands of their children. You don't want to deal with anything. You don't want to deal with the consequences of your actions. If you don't start out with a stable family structure where the two parents are there to raise these kids and give them the best that you could possibly give them, and then when they turn out, start acting like you or doing things that you don't like, now you just want to throw them to the police. Now you want the police to come get them. It's kind of weird, y'all. But let's continue.
Look at him. His daddy giving him excuses. He don't got nobody but his mama that he treat like shit. Ain't nobody want him at their house. Nobody. Look. You see that right there? Oh, y'all caught this bedroom on a clean day because the garbage just went out.
You just came in.
Y'all caught this house on a clean day. Oh, look. This the door. I'm never getting my deposit back in this house. I ain't getting my deposit back. Look. Nigga brought the door. Rip the shit down. Like, look, punch in the door. I ain't never getting my deposit back. I'm alright with that. I ain't never getting my deposit back. That's the daddy in there giving him excuses. Ain't nobody want him at his house. His grandmama told her he don't want her at his house. There's nobody he got to run to but this dumbass mama. He don't got nobody to run to but this dumbass mama that he treat like shit. Ain't nobody want him at his house. And this mother in there talking about, I done lost my mind. He talking about I'm crazy. You know what? I'm crazy is right. I'm crazy as hell because I'm tired.
Okay, so you tired. So with that, so now you want to just wash your hands of the problem that you created, and then you want to send them to the cops? That's the solution? Just throw them away to the police and let them have their way with your son? It is very mind-boggling to me, and I'm because once again, there's no accountability. Accountability is the main word, the key word. A lot of these women, see, this should be something for women who don't have kids. The ones who thinking about, oh, I don't want to be married. I don't need a man, but I want a kid. I want a child. So I'm gonna just go. Y'all should be watching this because this could be your future. And this could be a lesson for you to just not go out here all willy-nilly making babies with random dudes who are not prepared to be fathers. And you yourself you're not really prepared for motherhood and what it entails and the sacrifice and the commitment and all of that you have to make to raise children if you want to raise healthy, sane kids. A lot of these people aren't prepared to be parents. A lot of people who have children aren't meant to be parents. They're not prepared for it. But they bring these children here into these broken homes and then wonder why they have a difficult time raising these kids. And this is why I say, me personally, even though I've seen single mothers raise sons, right? And some of those sons have turned out great. I've seen it. There have sons who are productive in life, and but they had to go through some changes too. They had some issues, but they made it through, and they're thriving. But they do have issues, like a lot of us who were raised in broken homes and toxic families have issues as well. So we can't make it seem, even though a lot of us are thriving, but we still had to go through some things. We still had to learn some things based off of how we were raised and the things that we were taught. But you thrive, you're thriving, but it don't mean that they're not suffering in silence in some cases. So I just think that there have been single parents, women who have raised their sons, but the majority, I don't believe that the majority of single women can raise sons properly. I don't think a woman can properly teach a man how to be a man, for sure. Because I think that's for the father. That's why you need both parents. That's why it's, if it takes two to make it, it takes two to raise it. I don't think that women can properly raise sons to be men. I just don't think. And I think that is the problem that's lacking in a lot of the cases, and a lot of the times where we see these young men, crashing out or acting out or doing things, is because either they don't have their fathers in their lives, either they're missing something, and they start to act out. And on one hand, you could look at them and say, you know what, yeah, at 16, 17, you start smelling yourself. You thinking you're a man and you can run this house. Well, most young men will think they could run a single mother-led household. She's not a real threat, I would say, to him. She doesn't pose a real threat to him when they realize they're bigger than their mothers. You know what I mean? They actually they're more stronger. They start to realize that, and they realize What she says doesn't matter. All of this, in my opinion, stems from when these kids are small and these women coddle, because a lot of these women coddle their children and coddle the sons. We talked about this. You coddle the sons, and then you talk about the police coddling them when you get tired of them, when they get old and you ready to just throw them to the wolves. Now you worried about somebody else coddling them, and you coddle them from the gate. You didn't understand. A lot of women don't understand the way men raise sons and their children versus how they raise them. You know, women think men are too strict and too hard on children when they're little, not understanding that is preparing them for later. So when you have these women who are raising these young boys by themselves, they coddle them. You coddle them. You treat them like babies. You treat them, you jump to do everything for them. You don't really provide the necessary tools that the fathers would normally know how to provide, because they know what it's like to be a man and that they're raising men. Yeah, you're a baby now, but you're going to be a man one day, and I have to prepare you for that. I don't think women know how to do that. And then what happens is you coddle these little babies, these little kids, and they grow up with that mentality, and now they think that they can do whatever, and now it's out of your control, because that's what tends to happen. It's beyond your control now because you can't handle it and it's stressing you out, the issue that you created. Now you want the police to come get them. Now you want the police. You want to just throw them away. I just think that that's a big mistake. I really do.